So name and age.
My name is Dustin Barnes. I'm 29 years old.
So Dustin, how long have you been into logging?
I'm going on my 6th year in the woods right now.
Okay. And how did you get into it?
I was working in the oil field a bunch of years ago, and then when I got married, my wife at the time, she was missing her family here in Oregon, so we moved back to Oregon. I needed a job. Got hired on setting chokers.
Cool. And how long did it take for you to move up through the ranks?
Quite a while actually. I set chokers for 2 years before I even got to put a set of bugs on. So I was able to watch a lot and learn a lot of what to do and what not to do from lots of different guys.
That's cool. So how many different outfits have you worked for?
Quite a few actually. I've always been a firm believer, and you can learn more from 6 outfits in 6 months than you can from 1 outfit in a year. But I think I'm on my 5th outfit right now.
Okay. And out of those 5 outfits, what was probably the most fun or that stuck out the most in your mind?
So many stories I could tell. When I worked for Mitch Morrell, that was probably one of my favorite times logging. Is the crew I was on, we clicked together so well. Everybody knew what everybody had to do and where we needed to be. When you're working on a crew like that, where you just know how everybody works, it's fun. It's not work. You're hanging out with good friends.
That's cool. That's really awesome. And what type of yarder are you working under now?
Right now I'm working under a little 071.
Okay.
Little Medill.
And what's the biggest yarder you worked under?
The biggest yarder I've worked under was 084 Medill.
Okay.
It's a big giant swing yarder.
Okay. And that one, that's got 3 or 4 guy lines or something like that?
I think it had 3. That was actually the first yarder I ever worked under.
Okay.
And I wasn't real savvy at the time and didn't think about picking up stats and line sizes and whatnot.
Okay. Now, you're working as a hook tender now, and I mean, are you really happy with the hook tender position, or would you rather be pulling rigging? Or?
Oh, it depends on how easy my hooking is.
Yeah.
There's some days where I have to struggle to build a tail hold, or my wire is pulling real hard, and I go, I just wish I could just pull rigging again and don't have to worry about nothing else.
Do you ever send anybody out or have someone sent out to pimp for you while you're doing your job, or are you pretty much just a one-man band?
For the most part, I'm a one-guy show, unless I need some help rigging a tree, and then I'll steal the chaser off the landing, and he'll come and help me rig a tree.
Okay. And is there anything that sticks out in your mind where a scariest experience?
Well, about 2 years ago, I'd got my hand sucked through a block, and I had to get a bunch of pins in my left thumb and surge and whatnot. That wasn't so scary, but that was the only accident I've had. But I'd have to say logs coming back down the hill at me. I've had logs come off the landing, just almost straight vertical, it seemed like, and pull myself up out of the way of this log coming down by the limbs on the top.
Wow. Unreal, man. And out of all the 5 outfits you've worked for, is there one person that sticks out in your mind as being like the biggest character, that just a real goofball or anything like that?
That would have to be my old hook tender when I worked for Morrell. His name was Mark Allen, and I've learned a lot from that guy. Every day I think, what would Mark do in this situation, and trying to remember the stuff he told me. But yeah, he was quite the character. Whenever he was done with his layout, the first thing he'd do is he'd come down in the rigging and just make everything fun.
Cool. And when you started punking whistles, did it kind of come easy to you, or did it take a while to get it sort of sorted out?
It didn't take me too long, I suppose. I'd had enough watching time at that point to figure it out fairly fast.
Cool. And I was just wondering, it's tough to find guys to work out in the brush and that are good and conscientious. what's your thought on, like the years ahead for cable logging and just where the industry is going?
Honestly, it doesn't look good. It seems all anybody wants to do anymore is either fall timber or run equipment.
Okay.
And finding guys to fill a crew is hard. It's been real difficult. I've worked shorthanded almost my whole career just because nobody wants to do it anymore. And anybody that's logging that's, any good, they're not looking for work.
Yeah.
They already
And
got a job.
are you thinking logging's a long-term fit for you? I mean, you've got a really tough job. For those of you that are watching this that don't know what the hook tender's job is, this guy's out in the brush making layouts to make sure that the productivity stays at a maximum while everybody else is getting the logs out. He's got to figure out how to keep things moving and think ahead 4 or 5 or 6 steps and keep things safe for the crew out in the brush, setting chokers and all that stuff. And I mean, is this something that you want to do for the rest of your career, or do you want to move into doing something different?
Logging is who I am. I'm not a logger because I log because I'm a logger. I think that, I'm going to be a logger until I can't put my cork boots on anymore.
Yeah, gotcha, man. And any advice you could give a young person that wants to get into working out in the woods?
Have thick skin. Keep your eyes and your ears open and your mouth shut unless you're asking questions.
Okay. All right, well, hey, I really appreciate you giving me some of your time, man. You enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.